kind of dark in here. There, that's better. I should have did that for my last review. The Conjuring. The Conjuring is directed by James Wann, the director of movies such as Saw and Insidious. And this movie is about a family that moves into a home and is being haunted in this new home. They are being woken in the night. The clocks start at 3 o'clock, stop at 3 o'clock in the morning. There are horrible smells. And in order to help stop these hauntings, these weird things going on in the house, they find Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are paranormal investigators, who are brought in to try to take out these haunting in this house. Now, this story is actually fairly simple. It's definitely one we've kind of heard before, but this movie does such a great job with it. The thing that I love about this movie is it is so tension-filled. It is so scary. It is so unbelievably something that gets under your skin. It keeps you on your toes the entire time. And there's not even like any gore. There's not even big jump scares. This movie is rated R, not because of any of the usual kind of things that we know rated R movies to be, like gore and nudity and sex and violence and language, but just because it's scary AF. And I love that this movie does such a great job building tension, getting you scared, without there being any of the normal horror cliches we've come to know. Now, I think part of the reason why this movie is so great are the technical aspects of this movie. Cinematography is really great. The way the camera moves just builds tension in certain scenes. And then there's just some other really beautifully done scenes where the camera's switching from upside down to regular and just showing all the different things that are going on in one moment in a scene. The production design in this movie is really great. The movie takes place in the 70s, and it feels like we are in a time where there's no cell phone. The production design of this movie is phenomenal as well, just giving us the feel of the 70s and being in that tension-filled house that is haunted. And the sound editing and the sound mixing of this movie really are great too. The sounds that we hear throughout the house, the sounds that go on during the big finale of this movie, everything about it really does build some more tension and make us feel like we're in here, and it keeps us on our toes. It keeps us feeling scared the entire movie. Another thing I love about this movie is the fact that there really is not a lot of CGI in this movie. James Wann prefers not to use CGI whenever possible. He tries to use real prosthetics. He tries to make shots look as real as possible. There's, of course, moments that there are CGI, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of it. It feels like he's using real things and doing his best not to hide things, but to show everything, to make it feel and look real, which really makes it better in the sense that this is semi-based on true events. It really was Ed and Lorraine Warren who investigated paranormal activity, and there really was this family that did feel like there was something going on in their home. It's overly dramatized in this movie, but these were real people in real life that we do see at the end of the movie as well, that I do like that they show that in the ending credits. The first time I saw this movie was actually at the drive-in, and the movie I saw before this one, this was the second movie of the two movies that night, was Prisoners. So I was already feeling like I was going to get kidnapped that night and brought to some basement and be drugged. And then after that, watching this movie, I really did not want to get out of my car. As much as I felt the need to go to the bathroom because I was literally getting this piss scared right out of me, I did not get out because I did not want to get out. I was too terrified of getting kidnapped or possessed or something like that. And this movie is because of that. Just the fact that I didn't even want to get out of my car. After watching this movie, you want to lock your doors. You want to check your closets. And that is something that only a really good horror movie can do. The acting in this movie is really great. All the child actors do a great job. The family in this movie does a great job. Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, they both do a phenomenal job as Ed and Lorraine Warren. And something I do love about the characters too is that it shows scenes where they're going to people's houses and going, okay, this isn't a ghost, this is a rusty pipe, this is a loose floorboard. This is, it goes out of its way to debunk some of the things that we would immediately assume, and instead goes, hey, yo, not all of this usually is not real. Most of the time, this is just something fake. But there are other times that it's real. And that just helped make the movie feel more realistic, even though it is 100%, well, not 100%, it's, for the most part, dramatized in this movie what actually happened in real life. And the only real big problem I have with this movie is just kind of the pacing. The start of the movie is a little slow. I would say at first, I don't feel necessarily scared. It's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes in when you really start feeling that sense of fear and tension start going in. And as soon as it starts, it goes. And you feel it for the entire rest of the movie. And you're on edge the entire time. In the end, this is a really great movie. This movie came out in 2013. We had a sequel come out in 2015. And now this week we are getting the third. And I'm really excited to see the third. In the end, I'm going to give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. So, I'll be reviewing the second movie tomorrow. I'll be watching it tonight, reviewing it for tomorrow. Hopefully that will be up tomorrow. Again, I don't know. Sometimes things don't work out. And I hope to be seeing the third one this weekend as well. And getting that one up to you, hopefully sometime this weekend. But again, we'll see what happens. If there are any other movies you'd like to review, feel free to drop them down below. I will review them for you. Until then, we'll see you next time.